Hello, I'm Dan from ASRV Rentals and Sales, and right next to me is our 2020 Coachmen Apex Nano 193 BHS model. Today, just like always, I'll be showing you everything you need to know about the exterior and interior of this trailer, so you'll be all set and prepared when you come to rent from us. Over here in the front of the trailer, we have two things. We have the propane tank, and behind that we have the house battery. So starting with the propane tank here, we have a sensor that will show you how full it is right here. The propane tank for this is going to be about 5 gallons. You can expect it to last about a week before you'll have to refill it. If you do have to refill it, truck stations and campsites will do it for you. And you can leave it on the whole time since your fridge runs on it when you're not plugged in. It'll also power your stove and your oven, your water heater, all of that. Next up, here's the battery. The battery is going to be for very minor electrical things like the lights or the awning or the slide outs. So the house battery is going to be charged when you're plugged into your vehicle or when you're plugged in at a campsite. Coming over to the left side here, we have one big storage area that runs across the whole front of the trailer. Over here is your power cord. It's going to be a 30 amp connection for this trailer. Once you're plugged in at your campsite with this power cord, all the major electrical appliances will work. That'll be your TV, your microwave, your AC unit, and your outlets. Over here at the end of this, we gave you a 30 to 15 amp adapter just in case you don't have 30 amp connection. Apart from that, we also have just blocks for the tires, and we have the sway bars on each side. Next out here is the freshwater inlet. We'll give you the hose for this. This is going to fill up the tank itself. So if you're dry camping or otherwise you're not plugged in, you're just going to fill up the tank with this. There's a sensor inside that will show you how empty or full it is. In the back here, we have the power cord connector. So this is where you'll plug in that 30 amp power connection. And next to that, we have a compartment that has all the hoses and cords we'll give you. So in this bag here, this white hose is the fresh and city water hose. I'll talk more about that when we get to the city water inlet. We have the TV cable here. I'll show you where to plug that in. And next to that, we have the sewer hose crate. And I will show you how to dump the waste tanks right now. So in the back of the left side here, we have the dumping station. This is where you'll dump out your black and gray waste tanks. So all you want to do is just take the cap off here first. Take the hose that we gave you. This end with the teeth will clip on to the outlet right here. And then you'll just take the other side with the elbow and stick this in the ground at your campsite or wherever else you're dumping. From there you have two valves here. They're color coded. This black valve is for the black tank, that's your toilet. And the gray valve is for the gray tank, that's your sinks and shower. So you just want to pull out the black one first and then the gray one to kind of flush it out when you're done. When it's pulled out like this, that means it's open, so if there were anything in the tank right now, they'd be coming out. So once you're done, there are sensors inside that will show you how full or empty the tanks are. You just want to push it in to close it. You just unscrew the hose and you're all set. And over here we have the outside shower, so if you're at the beach, you just want to wash up the sand before you head inside. You're just going to open up the compartment here, take the faucet out, and just wash yourself down. Over here we have the TV cable inlet. So that black wire that I showed you, just going to plug it in here. You can get all the local channels through cable. If not, there's also an antenna inside, so you can find the channels through the air instead. You won't have to worry about the tank flush valve. That's just for us when you get back. But below that, you have the city water inlet. So this is going to be opposed to the freshwater inlet, but you're going to use the same hose for both of these. This will be when you're at your campsite and you want to take the water directly from the campsite into your own pipes and bypass the tank. And finally, we have the hot water heater right here. I'll talk more about it inside, but expect it to be hot. Don't put your hand here. All that's important in the back of the trailer here is the spare tire. Now onto the right side, we have the back of the refrigerator here. It'll start leaking water. Expect it to, it's just condensation, so it's not broken or anything. We have the furnace exhaust here, just like the hot water exhaust. Expect it to be hot. And next to that, we have two 15 amp, 110 volt power outlets. Just make sure you're plugged in for these to work. And at the front of the right side, we have the other entrance to that big storage area. So we have the hitch ball here, the other stabilizer bar, and we have the crank for the jacks. So now that we're done with the outside, I'm going to head inside here. Pull this out here, and you can the entry steps out like this. When I open the door here, you can see the screen door here that detaches just like that. So entering the RV here, we have outlets here. We have a radio. You can connect your phone with Bluetooth here. That'll connect to the outside speakers as well. We just have some vehicle specifications. There'll be the dimensions, how big the tanks are, Just be wary of the height. It just means be careful of parking garages, drive-thrus. Most tunnels should be okay unless you're going to like New York City, for example. And over here we have a fire extinguisher. By my head here, we have the lights for the outside. That'll be the porch light. And we have the awning light, the LED lights for the awning pole outside here. For the awning itself, you just want to hold the out button here. It'll go out about 8 feet total. And it's really only for shade, so it gets windy or rainy. Please pull it back in. Above that, we have the 24/7 roadside assistance line. This will also be on the keychain, so you can call this number for any questions you might have. And above that, we have the switch for the slide out. It's out already, but it's going to run on the house battery just like the awning. Just want to hold out or in, just like the awning. Over here is the kitchen area. So over here is the sink. We like to keep the turntable for the microwave in the sink just in case the latch breaks, so you don't want the plate coming out and shattering on the ground. Speaking of which, we have the house microwave right here. This is going to run when you're plugged in. Above that, we have the stove, which is going to run on the propane gas. Do the lighter, so you just want to set it to light here, make sure the propane is on outside, and there you go. In the cabinet above that, we have a little envelope here that will have the instruction manual, have the registration, and some extra fuses for the fuse box. As far as the fridge goes, it's going to run on the propane when you're not plugged in, as we are right now. But when you do plug into 30 amp connection, it's going to automatically switch over to electricity. So no matter what, your fridge is going to stay on the whole time. For the AC unit on the ceiling, you're just going to use this dial to switch between hot and cold air. And you can control how powerful the fan is just by turning it like this. In the back here we have bunk beds, and we have the fuse box right by my foot here, so we'll give you those extra fuses. And all the way in the back here we have the bathroom. So starting with the toilet, it's just going to work like an airplane toilet. Just want to push down on the pedal here to flush it down. In the sink here, we've placed a few bottles of solution for the toilet, just in case the smell comes up from the black tank. You can just pour that down there to freshen it up. But apart from that, the sink and the shower are both just standard, self-explanatory. Just make sure the water pump is running for any of these things to work. As for the toilet paper, it is RV specific, so you just want to go to like the camping section at Walmart, or campsites themselves will also sell this kind of toilet paper. Also in the bathroom here, we have the control panel. This will show you all the levels of all the tanks here. So if you hold down a button, for example the gray tank, these lights will light up. So start at empty, 1/3, 2/3, and full. So I hold down black, it'll also show empty, freshwater tank is empty, and the battery you can expect to be charged. This is how you're going to turn on the water pump. This is going to run on the house battery. So once you have it on, water will come out from the faucets. We recommend you have it off when you're driving, just in case the faucet opens. You don't want all your water leaking out. Below that we have the water heater. Once you switch that on, it's going to run on the propane. So it'll take no more than 20 minutes to heat up your water with the water heater, so if you want to take a hot shower, just plan that much in advance. In the front here we have the full bed, we have cabinet space above here, and it comes with the TV. To use the windows for this trailer, you just want to pull this handle out, pull it out like that. Same goes for the screen. And for the blinds, you just want to pull it down and push it back up. Over here is the dinette area. You have some cabinet space below the sofas here. And this also turns into a bed, and I'll show you that right now. You just want to take the top cushions out, pull the bottom cushions up like this. Then you can just take the tabletop, just wiggle it out like this. Then you can also take the poles out in the same way. Take the tabletop and just rest it on these edges here. And this is your bed. And that's it for our 2020 Coachmen Apex Nano 193 BHS. I've been Dan from ASV Rentals and Sales, and have a great trip.